Today, I would like to talk about one of the most horrifying topics known to mankind. Smudge shading. Smudge shading. Now, before we begin, whenever I refer to smudge shading in this video, I'm referring to smudge shading in digital art. This is because smudge shading in digital art and smudge shading in physical art are two entirely different things. Now, without further ado, smudge shading is where you take a type of shading that's darker than a selected color and you try to blend it into that color. It works in a very similar way to blend shading or gradient shading. The thing is, I like both of those techniques. So then, well, to be blunt, it just looks really, really muddy. I mean, if you were to ask me whether your drawing looked better with cell shading or smudge shading, I'd say there's a pretty clear winner. Now, I know art is subjective and all, and I would say I'm one of the biggest believers in that, but really? I think that the biggest downside to smudge shading is that you're really limited to using the same hue. Whereas with other shadings, you're allowed to do something called hue shifting. For example, if you were to shade something that were orange and green, you wouldn't want to use the same color orange and green, just lighter or darker. Instead, with hue shifting, you can change the color of the shading and lighting entirely. And clearly I'm not the only one who thinks that this looks better, since some cartoons have actually used this technique. The appeal of smudge shading probably stems from the fact that it's simpler to make than blend shading or gradient shading, but also it's more realistic than cell shading. The thing is, it doesn't have to look real, because it's not. Now, I may be stupid,